Today you're here at Running Brook Farms, an organic hemp farm in Killingworth, Connecticut, and we're hosting what I like to call the second annual Hempfest. We have a bunch of vendors in the CBD space and in the cannabis space, some educational workshops on pest management and soil health. So it's beautiful to bring everybody together to celebrate a plant we love and share resources, share knowledge. So one of the things that I think is most beneficial too is for somebody who wants to enter this space, they have the opportunity to come here to one of these events and meet people from all aspects of the industry and be able to gain from their experience and network with them to start their new endeavors. I've got a mixed population of hemp back there. I've got some that I started earlier that I'll grow in my greenhouse in pots. I've got seedlings that are about 6 weeks old that are perfect to transplant right now. So I also have about 500 babies that just sprouted yesterday.
I work with growers statewide, helping them with insect pest identification, disease identification, weed identification, and management planning. There are not a lot of insecticides that can be applied to hemp. Holistic approach for management is very important, which is IPM, Integrated Pest Management. In this farm, we found thrips that were scarring the plant, leaf tissue, and making some damage. They were not to a level where it needed to spray right at the moment, but Becky needs to keep an eye out for these insects to see if they become a real issue.
I'm here because we've been doing some work with reduced tillage, trying to improve soil structure with a transplanted crop and with working with the tobacco model, but it has some information that might be relevant for hemp growers. The conventional approach of tilling, plowing, disking, planting, cultivating, hilling, and then plowing again at the end of the season, all that working the soil controls weeds, it controls some problems, but it also breaks down the organic matter. So soils tend to be low in organic matter. So we're trying to do things that increase the soil structure and allow the soils to be more stable and be able to withstand some of these things we're seeing with climate change.
This rainfall simulator is going to show what the water wants to do based on land use type. The water will run across the soil for the soils that are a little bit more compacted and don't have the soil structure, the root zones for that water to travel down through. The soils that do have all of those benefits of the roots and the good soil structure, we'll see a difference between the water that wants to go through the soil versus the water that wants to go across the soil. We've actually had a handful of farms that have changed their production practices from conventional to no-till because of this demonstration and the show of how much soil they're losing off their fields. They're losing the most valuable part of the soil, the smallest parts where all the soil chemistry is, all the fertilizers, and that's the first part to run off. So by capturing the water and the soil, keeping all that hard work up on the field has been a real game changer for them.
It's a great time of year to start planting now, and so we tried to get this event together because as you'll see when you're walking around to the various vendor tables, there's people here with genetics and clones for sale. So you can actually buy plants at this event and it's not too late to put them in the ground. CHIA will be involved in 2 other events this year, one in August and one to be determined in the fall for a Harvest Fest. And most of these people that are these valuable resources will be at those other events in some capacity. But certainly CHIA will be there and happy to help make those connections.